Facebook pages because it hasn't been. Well, now I don't know how to do this. So, I don't know how to do this, but we'll do the best we can. I don't see it on my Facebook page. Do you see it on yours? Anyway, we've been having trouble having it go to our Facebook pages. Some gremlin is in the way. So, but we are about to offer Psalm 95 in our daily...
We're on the CRC page.
Yeah, okay. So we have to go to CRC and now push it to your page. Do you know how to do that?
I think so.
Okay, so we know we can do this. So I'm so sorry to take time
I'm so
doing this,
sorry.
but we don't really get this. So we are at Psalm 95.
I'm so sorry.
And I guess this is... Yeah, that's you. So we're at Psalm 95, and you press this. No, that's not it.
I don't see it.
I don't see how to do
All I can see is
it.
it.
Share. You go to share, and you go share.
That's good.
Okay. But is it sharing live is the question.
I don't see
know.
my name, though. It doesn't come up.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know. Anyway, what the heck?
What the heck?
It's on the CRC page. We're putting it out there. And that's the best we can do. That's the best we can do because we do believe that there is something powerful about these wonderful Psalms. And, I guess it's working. No, it's working on CRC's page. It's not working on our pages for some reason still. Oh, Autumn says it's sharing. Okay. Thank you, Autumn.
I can't get it to mine, though. See if you can share it to mine.
I can't get yours, though.
Oh.
How do I get yours?
I
don't know how to do that, honey. It came up automatically as
Mine
mine.
didn't come up.
I know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we're putting it out there. And because every day, except on Shabbat, we've been offering a psalm. Since Psalm 1, before the election, we are up to Psalm 95. So we're more than halfway through the Psalms. The Psalms that traditionally and we recite for healing, for the healing of the body and the soul. You know, I don't believe that the Psalms can cure. We've seen that we have no control. But there is something about healing the spirit, healing the soul. So we continue. We continue. There's a beautiful moment in this psalm that says we have to prostrate ourselves completely before we rise up. We have to, even if we don't hit bottom, we have to put ourselves down, you know, in that perfect prayer pose of complete prostration, complete humility, complete letting go, complete emptiness, before we can rise up with good intention. So for
You speak
Corinne
of
and her
healing,
baby,
not in terms of curing, but in reaching for the depth of our feeling.
yeah,
Posture of pure presence. The opening of the hands and the opening of the heart,
yeah, that's good.
as the psalmist would say.
But I would still like to put out to the universe healing for Sam, healing for Corinne and for Mendel, healing for the people who have COVID that are working so hard, healing for the family of a woman named Anne who died yesterday, 100 years old, shy of a few weeks of her 100th birthday. Died of COVID. Seems so wrong. We can do better. And that's, I think, what we pray for too. So Amisha Berach, calling on the angels. Calling on the angels to receive Peter angels themselves, maybe.
רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף. The healing of the spirit and the healing of the body, for those we know, for those we don't know. On my right, the angel Michael, on my left, the angel Gabriel. In front of me, the angel Uriel, Uriel, Uriel. Behind me, Raphael, and above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head, Shekhinah. Michael, who is like God, Gabriel, God is my strength, Uriel, God is my light. Raphael, God is my healer, above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head. Shekhinah, inspiration.
The Shekhinah, the indwelling of godliness.
Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim, blessed are you, great healer. Amen.
Amen. And for learning, we can never give up what we okay.
Excuse me.
What we do best, what guides us. So a prayer for learning, for deepening in our learning, that it may bring us forward, as the psalm says, l'chul and ranana, right? To go forth and sing. Let's pray that our learning pushes us forward. Ashrei pushes us forward.
Make the words of your teaching pleasant on our lips, the lips of all of those that come into our screens, so we can spend a time in learning for its own sake and for its implications. Its implications in our lives. The works of our hands, Maaseh Yadeinu, Konanehu. כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה ונהיה בצאצאינו. All of us learning this way for clarity, for purity, to cleanse, and for pleasure. ברוך אתה אדוני המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. Blessed are you who teaches in this fashion. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Psalm 95 really is one of those psalms that has become part of the Kabbalat Shabbat liturgy.
Hello.
The welcoming of Shabbat, right?
Pergajike.
L'chu, Naranana, L'chu, Naranana. Go forth, let us go forth together, and let us sing in exaltation to that moral calling of moral courage, moral center. For if we do what is right, we will stir up homage to that core, to the rock of our salvation, our hope, right? So let us come before that holy countenance, right? Meet and greet that presence of morality, of calling, of higher calling,
Cohortative.
with songs that revel before
Hello.
godliness, right?
כי אל גדול אדוני, מלך גדול הכל אלוהים. God, great.
Yes, verse 3. For Ki El, right? Gadol Adonai. For this source, this rock, this moral center, this calling is the greatest above all the gods. And here the commentators go a little crazy. Wait a minute, we know there's not more than one God, right? So what are we talking about here? It's not the plurality of godliness. It's understanding what.
Don't make a God out of your boots of Spanish leather.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's it, right? So it's human nature, right? It's human nature. It's human nature. So verse 4. In whose hands are the depths of the earth and the heights of the mountains. You know, right? In this sphere of godliness is everything.
The depths of the earth.
Right.
The deepest.
Right, the deepest places of it. The whole.
The place you have to excavate.
Creation.
The excavations into the heart, into the earth.
All of
into
creation.
reality, the depth of reality.
All of creation. Right?
From low to high, from inner to outer.
That means by good and evil too. It means the whole and the not yet whole, the holy and the not yet holy. It's all in God. Even the sea, Asher Lo Hayam, the sea is part of this. For you know, this has been made, right, by the hands of this source, right? So even the dry land, remember in the creation story, everything was godliness. God did this simsum, pulled God's self back a little bit to make room for us, which explains the imperfection. But then there was, you know, the waters over the earth, and Ruach Elohim Mirchefet, right? Hovered over the waters and dove in to make life. So everything is infused with this potential of godliness. Verse 6. So come, let us cast ourselves down and kneel. Let us bend the knee before our Creator. And there's where it says you got to prostrate yourself. You've got to go down into this holy position of like touching head, forehead, chin, chest. Everything has to be part of into the earth before we rise again, knowing how to move forward, right? So there's that prayer posture that we need to submit to before we can go forward, right? 6, 7. For this is godliness, and we
in the pasture.
are the people that
we're the flock in the pasture.
Yeah, we're the flock that this
I'm hearing that sound.
Shepherds, right?
I'm hearing those little bells.
The flock in God's charge. Oh, if today we would only heed
Al takshu levavachem, in the heart.
That voice of song which is guiding us, you know, going forward. Verse 8, here we go. Harden not your heart as at Meribah. So this is not the hardened heart of Pharaoh, right? This is the hardened heart of the people who can't
the places
go
we made
forward.
Mistakes.
And you know, just as I said that,
like
I saw
in the
my
wilderness,
friend
we
Corinne,
made mistakes in the wilderness.
I get it. This is not the hardened heart of Pharaoh. This is the hardened heart of a people who's losing their faith. Yeah, because it's hard. Because the journey is just so terribly difficult. Because every step of the way, you carry with you your brokenness and your fear and the suffering that is still with us. And it does challenge our faith every day. And it dares to harden our hearts.
So God's saying here, Asher, you tried me, you tested me, and your ancestors tested me.
We've been tested before.
Even though
We've been in this place before.
they saw what my power, what I could do.
But they remembered how strong I've been
Arvim
before.
Shana.
You know,
For 40 years.
that you have overcome other difficulties. You know how strong you are. We know how strong we are.
I worked
We've
that
been through
generation.
difficult things before. Maybe not as tough as this, but we know we have the ability to do this, to keep going forward, no matter how difficult the wilderness, this terrible wilderness, might be. Seems like it's never going to end, but the truth is, it will end. This chapter will end. It's in the next verse. For 40 years, I was in contention with that generation. 40 years we suffered, right? Because it took 40 years for us to figure out how to move forward and not be a people of wayward heart who didn't have knowledge of God's ways.
I was tired in that generation.
Yeah.
Yomaram Duilavahim.
Right? And then
They made some mistakes deep down.
yeah.
Behemlo Yadu.
And so sometimes we
They didn't know the ways.
Yeah, it's not about us, so much as us as a collective here.
Part
right?
of being a people of generations is to figure out what you do not pass on.
Right.
This ends here.
So
The
we hold
mistakes
on
of
to
the
that
past.
faith. Hold on to the faith, because if we have nothing else, we give that to the next generation. Even though we may not go in with them, right? We give them our faith that we never gave up. That's what they'll remember. So, verse 11, the last one. I promised in my wrath. I promised to those I was angry, that they may not get there, but their children will. So let their children learn from us and our strength. Let their children learn from us.
Nature of emphasis unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Let's sing out loud to God. Bring it up to the rock of salvation. Let's come before faces with gratitude, with songs, sing it loud. Whose hands, hidden places of the earth and heights of the mountains, the sea also, dry land also, God's hands. Come, let's pray.
Yes.
Let's bend, let's bless. Hu Eloheinu. Hu, God. We, people. The pasture, the flock, the hands. Don't let your heart stiffen. Like we were tested in the wilderness.
Right.
40 years I worked one generation. Listen to my voice today. January 25th, 2021. Telim on the ceiling. Bless our president and our vice president.
Amen. Yes. See, we waited long enough. We can say that again. So, listen to some good music today. And sing. Sing with the music. Sing out.
Justice and mercy. Justice and mercy.
That's the song of the Psalms.
Justice and mercy. And something else.
Kindness.
Justice and mercy. Justice and mercy. Justice and mercy. And something else.
Kindness. Kindness. An act of
More later. I love you.
We love you.
Everyone loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Yours truly, King David.
It's nice to bring King David into our homes this morning, right? It is good to be with King David. An imperfect human being, and yet always on that path forward.
Justice and mercy.
Because there were moments that he remembered.
Justice and mercy. Justice and mercy. And something else.
Kindness. Kindness. Tomorrow morning we may go on a little early. Early or late? Maybe early.
Early.
I don't know. Because
Depends on the herd.
Yeah, because we think we may actually be getting our vaccine tomorrow. We'll see. We're going to try. We have a slot. We have an appointment.
There's a guy that you meet down on the street corner. You give him $10, he gives
Gives
you
you a shot.
Gives you a shot.
No. Anyway, we hope
That's how we do it in
We'll
the United
see.
States of America.
we're over 65 and we're thinking we're in that
Does
group
anybody
and-
wonder that it's a mess? Justice and mercy.
Right. So we're just going to go.
Justice and mercy.
We will offer Psalm 96 before we go, maybe.
Justice
Good
and
idea.
mercy.
We'll go on early.
And something else.
Right. So
We're in a new era now.
let it be one of kindness. Kindness. Thanks for joining us.
The era of decency.
Yeah.
The return of decency.
Yeah. We love you. Have a great day. A day of lift.